So from your Skype critique with Pilar, I think she said you have to decide at the ending, do you want to sort of market this to a family-friendly ABC, NBC market, or something with a little more of an edge to it, like an FX?
I wrote it with the intention of like being more independent, more FX kind of stuff. But it feels like, and I was just talking with Art about this yesterday, that it feels like I get this sort of pressure to be clean more time, and I understand because then it's more marketable, and you know. I don't know. Laps to me is something that I'm doing with. I don't know. Shit.
It's tough.
It's tough because I never went into writing laps with thinking that this should be on NBC. I just thought of it as a web series, and I felt that web series you could just take chances. My certain type of style is like a mixture between clean and then surprising you with something that's raw and crazy, and that's sort of where I find my little joy in writing, you know, and creating this stuff. So wherever that lands, I don't know, Nickelodeon? No, I'm just kidding. All of a sudden I just slime the Eric. No,
slime the guy.
But because I have a family and because I'm married, it goes back to that fence thing. It's like I want to be able to get more work off of this, you know, because of them. So I guess there's that pressure, right. You know. And then there's the other side of me. If I was just single, I would just do whatever I wanted, kind of thing. So I'm keeping that in mind.
Can you do one for the studio system and then one for, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean,
no, what is it? Suicide Girls or something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't see. I see. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my thoughts in order now. I see what you're talking about. They're saying he has a family now and he wants to be able to. I think part of, like, you know, aside from having that influence, is also the desire to create content that you can share with your family. Well, I have a word of caution on that because sometimes that doesn't work so well. Gonna name names here. Look at Eddie Murphy's career recently. When he stopped being Beverly Hills Cop and the raw comic guy he was, and he started doing family-friendly fare.
Yeah.
Right down, quality went to nothing, you know?
Because it doesn't feel like him.
It doesn't feel like him, and I think that there's no reason why you need to bottle yourself into one thing or the other.
Yeah.
If you have instincts or abilities to do something that's a little edgier, a little raw, a little dirty or whatever, do that too. It doesn't hurt. I mean, there's lots of family men who've created both sorts of things, you know?
Yeah.
It's absolutely plausible. And I told Chad, I'd love to see him push the envelope because I've read some of the other stuff he's done, and it was there, but it felt like there was some restraint. And it's this exact sort of thing. It's like the battle of where do I go as a writer, as a creator, what do I want to do? And I don't, you know, I guarantee there's plenty of people who write for family-friendly stuff. Aaron Sorkin wrote for networks, but then Aaron Sorkin also wrote, you know, things for HBO and things for cinema, you know? Yeah. So he can do it both ways, that sort of stuff.
Right. Yeah, I think it's easy for us as audience members to point the finger and say, oh, they sold out. You know, the indie band that was so great when they were hungry and starving and angry, and then they sell out and now they're on, you know, a pop station. But I think all of us would sell out if we could. If it comes down to that paycheck I have.
Well, it's that security. You get that picket fence and you get to live the both.
Exactly.
See? That way you break the fence and you live on both sides.
And you can be the crazy neighbor on the block that everyone looks the other way.
Exactly. I have the car that's used as a garden, that sort of thing. I love it.
Like with season 1, I feel like it was, I wrote it very clean. And when I came into season 2, I added a little more edge because it felt true and honest to go a little more edge.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's what I felt, and I feel like that's what's hitting with people whenever they read it. So, as far as like it's almost as like I would want this to be on Adult Swim. Just like a 15-minute little kind of edgy. And you would never expect something about someone being on a track and field to be edgy, because it seems like such a clean, you know, people are just going there to run.
Yeah.
But that's the surprise of it, is what I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also, you know, at the same token though, it's like I don't want all this to sound like it's like season 2 suddenly like super creepy and pervy or anything.
No, it's not.
No, it's not at all. It's just
He's got a pain pill addiction. Or
no, yeah, it's. I mean, it's just more grown up. It's a natural evolution. That's the best way I can describe it. It's before it was in its teenage years. Now it's in its early 20s.
Yeah.
It's just growing up, and that's what happens. And you know, the world's bigger. You have to show more of the world. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
Harry Potter grows up.
Exactly.
Harry Potter grows up.
Harry Potter does grow up.
Nathan grows up.
Nathan grows up.